All right, run it.
Oh, we're running it.
Oh, we're currently running it.
We are currently running it. We are currently
Oh,
live.
oh, that's
Um,
sick, dude. Oh
do you,
yeah, so yours does look like mine, and it just looks zoomed in like an old person's computer.
yeah. I am in fact blind.
Yeah, you're 75-year-old Josh. You know,
looking at looking at Twitch chat.
yeah, peep in your Discord server.
Yeah,
You think?
sometimes that's just the way it be.
Yeah,
I'm gonna fix this later. There's definitely a way I can only like capture a portion of the screen. I'm gonna
yeah,
figure that
we're
out at a later date.
very not technically savvy.
Definitely not.
Um,
I am gonna move the chat window though. That's not my editor. This is my editor. Webcam and frame. No, chat box and frame. Let's move you.
I'm gonna tweet this.
I also tweeted it. Let's move you a little down. Let's cover up some of the. Let's cover up some of the transgressions that I don't. We can hide this. Um, lock all taskbars. Taskbar setting. Show desktop cascade windows. Ooh, don't want that. All right. So I think I can safely. Wow.
You can safely what, Josh?
I
Are we
don't.
safe in anything?
I don't. I don't think we're safe, but I think we're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um. Dual toolbar. I don't know. Let's just lock that. People can see my. People can see my
Your
things
Discord
open.
service. Yeah.
No, no, it's my desktop thing.
Oh.
But I guess for the three people in chat, one of them might be you. I don't know.
One of them is definitely me because I
One
have
of them
your
is
stream
definitely you.
open.
All right.
Yeah.
So welcome to the two other people.
Yeah. Do
um,
you not count as one?
I mean, no, I don't have my stream open.
Oh, okay, okay.
I'm viewing this in Streamlabs.
Oh.
Someone already left. Okay, that's cool.
You know how it is.
But this is kind of meant for Yams and I as. Would it be presumptuous for us to say we're the premier Arizona commentators?
Yeah, I mean,
As
talk about
as
talk about big fish
egotistical as
in a
that
small
sound.
pond. We're
Yeah,
not even
yeah,
big fish. We're small fish in a small pond,
yeah.
actually.
We are guppies
The
in a
smallest of
pond
fish.
that has things smaller than guppies.
I mean, it's actually just a trash can that got rain in it.
You're right, but yeah, we're from Arizona.
Yeah, I mean, just like quick intro. Like, what's your? Go ahead and tell your tag
My tag.
and like, what's your story? Like, what's your place within the
What's
scene?
my story?
I mean, like, what's your place within the scene? Like, go ahead and give a brief. You know?
So I kind of got into fighting games when I was younger, playing Street Fighter with my brothers, and kind of dipped for a while until college, where I started playing Melee, and then Smash 4 came out, and I played Smash 4 throughout its entirety. Kind of cut my at least competitive career in tournament a little short, and decided to focus on commentary because that's where I felt that Arizona was really lacking in those days.
Of course, we all go two and two and realize that maybe we should just hop on the mic if we want attention.
I mean, I wasn't doing too bad. I was definitely doing better than 2 and 2, but
Yeah.
I definitely felt that Arizona was very weak at commentary, and with
I mean,
with
you
with
know.
Steven's stream and like his business starting up, we really needed someone who could not sound like a deranged man child on the mic.
Yeah, I mean it's a journey, right? We don't front like we don't sound like deranged man children still, but it's a process.
We're more educated deranged man children now.
Yeah,
We're definitely more educated.
you
But
can say that.
yeah, and then I just started studying commentary, took some pages books from Sageham and a lot of the more analytical commentators.
I can't believe how good his stream highlights are. Like
Yeah,
on his YouTube channel,
yeah, that's how you build a resume.
just make the content.
Yeah. So that's kind of about me. What about you?
Okay.
What's your background in all this?
I mean, I'm nobody, right? So I just I'm also just a Smash player in Arizona who decided that I should do commentary for the local scene, and so I am actually the one of the two paid commentators in Arizona. The biggest grift of my life. The greatest scam I ever ran was getting Steven Shackelford to pay me for my commentary.
I mean, if it gets you paid, and
It does.
it makes the weeklies more bearable to watch.
Yeah, because I have to be there every week. At least it's consistent, right?
Yeah. The days of no commentary weeklies or just like weeklies with nothing really happening or weeklies where people that you don't really want talking are
You know,
talking.
sometimes I think no commentary is better than bad commentary, but like
Sometimes that's true. Sometimes that's true.
after you watch a few like no commentary weeklies, it really hurts. Like you really want to have like at least something to watch, right?
You have to have something to just like latch onto.
Even if it's like, man, this guy sucks. Because I definitely watched more of GTX, just like talking about like how irritating one of the commentators was.
Yeah, but people are always going to find commentators irritating.
I guess yeah, that's like a personal preference thing too.
Yeah, because I know after Rise you got torn apart.
I got roasted. I had a Reddit thread for me. That was the first time I had a Reddit thread for me.
I know you were famous for all of like a couple days.
An afternoon and a half,
Yeah,
for being so terribly biased against Bayonetta and also biased for Bayonetta,
yeah. I mean
depending on who
you
you
can't
ask.
win.
You actually cannot win. Uh, but that's in the past. Hopefully, I never get Reddit people talking about me ever again because I cannot navigate that website.
It's a skill. It's a skill learned over time.
I'm not willing to learn that skill. But I guess we can start off by talking about like there's a patch that came out for the game.
There was a patch, yeah.
Yeah. So
Um, a lot of
what were
people
what were
seem to
you?
be like one side or the other, and I don't know
Oh
what
yeah.
side you're on. I definitely know what side I'm on.
What were you expecting from the patch? Right. What were you
Um,
thinking it was going to happen?
so I had like a list of things that I thought were, reasonable changes.
Uh huh.
Um, things that probably weren't gonna happen in this patch, but things that I could see happening in the future. And I say this under the guise of quote unquote healthy game environment and healthy meta, but
You
this
were
th-
thinking that deep?
this thing's been out for 2 months, like at best.
Yeah. No.
So
I
I
was.
think we're a little far along the way, or rather a little not far enough to start getting changes for the metagame. Um,
I was on my caveman like tribalist brain like, please don't touch my main.
yeah, I was actually working that the the night the patch dropped, and my friend Anthony walks up to me after going to the bathroom because I work as a server in a restaurant,
Uh huh.
um, and don't really get a lot of chances to check my phone during work. But my friend who's working with me, who just comes back from the bathroom, he comes out, he's like, "Hey, the patch dropped." I'm like, "Oh, that's cool." He's like, "I can't believe they didn't touch Pichu," and I was like, "Truth."
Oh,
um,
word?
but I think, and I made a couple tweets about this. I think that it is a little bit early to start changing characters, at least like gameplay wise. I think like obvious stuff like Luigi Zero to Death they obviously didn't want. And I'll
Yeah,
get
good
it,
job
and
removing
I'll
that.
I'll get into that later.
Yeah, great job, Sakurai.
Um,
Really nailed it.
but something that I actually learned was that Sakurai is not in any way related to the balancing of this game.
Yeah, no.
They have a separate team.
In every previous game, he was entirely in charge. Like he had the final say with character changes, including balance. But they did hire a separate, like specifically made for balancing balance team for this game,
Yeah,
which is like a positive sign. They also released, a
patch notes.
real patch notes page. Now it was written in cryptic runes that
Well,
you had to translate using a Rosetta Stone,
I wouldn't
but
say cryptic runes. I think that as a developer, Nintendo is not really Nintendo for all of their lauded awards is not a company that is very in tune with their consumers. Not in the sense of like what they want as a consumer, but as like I guess that they're not in tune with their fan bases. They
no,
listen
yeah,
to their
they
consumers very well because they definitely know how to market products. They definitely know how to make people like happy with what they make. But as far as
but
fan bases go, they're on totally different wavelengths.
they're not going to use community made terms like end lag or hit. They're not even using our definition of hit stun, which is
They
hilarious.
yeah, they use hit stun, but I'm pretty sure that that means like mid move hit lag.
Yeah, it's hit lag is what they were referring to as hit stun. Like there's a chart on Twitter that like actually translates, Nintendo to Smash Brothers fan, and it
Yeah.
gives you like the breakdown of what it means. Which is funny because like when you first read through that, if you're reading that in Smash Bros language, like you're thinking, wow, they reduced a lot of landing lag on every character. But
Yeah,
instead,
that's what
it's
I was
just
reading on my
like
way home from work that night. I was like, I cannot believe they did this. Why
like
does core and snare need less landing lag? I don't know. Who thought this?
why does Shulk's Fair have less landing lag? Who did this? Who did this?
Yeah,
But it
but
turns
that
out
is in
it's
fact
just
not true.
they use that term to refer to like the auto cancel window, which is insane.
Yeah. Um,
But
but there's
that was like
also
the
a lot of undocumented changes, and I'm waiting for a lot of like the data miners
yeah.
and people like that. There's already
I'm
a
sure
couple found out, which I will talk about in a bit.
oh
Which
yeah.
is
Well, what? Go ahead and let it rip.
so my big concern with this initial balance patch.
Uh huh.
I have two sides for this. Where one side, I am very happy with the way they released it. I think patch notes and specifically talking about certain moves being changed is definitely a great step in the right direction. I think
Mm-hmm.
everybody can agree on that. Um, Now, as for the changes themselves, when before this game was released, they said that they would have their own balance team, that they would be separate from the devs. But they also said that their data set is being based off of Elite Smash. Is that right? Am I remembering this correctly?
Yeah, there's actually an interesting interview by Sakurai.
I saw that. I have yet to read it though. I saw that today.
Yeah, if you, I believe it was retweeted by, yeah, it's a Nintendo Everything article, but it's essentially Sakurai talking about kind of the data that the balance team used to make their decisions, and like what he thought of that data, and kind of how he believes that the in what his opinions were, but it's also stating that he gave his opinion, but it wasn't his choice, what the changes actually were. Because apparently, according to him, if you actually read the article, he says that, a lot of people complain about King K. Rool, but I actually don't think he should be changed. But so he didn't think that K. Rool should be changed, but the balance team did end up making some changes to K. Rool, and he did get nerfed. So that's kind of interesting to just see, like, right away that Sakurai is not the be all end all of like the balance decisions, which is probably good, right?
Yeah, I think having a group decide balanced decisions is probably better than having one person have the final say, because as the like creator of the game, you definitely have a vision of
Yeah,
what you want it to be, and that
and I
can
mean,
that can conflict with what your player base wants. And
I mean,
obviously, there's a happy medium, but
yeah,
it that medium is very hard to find.
I mean, I don't trust Sakurai's vision as far as I can throw it. So like, you know, he's done some wild stuff in the past.
Yeah. And I guess coming from Smash 4 patches, where early on in the game there were very drastic changes.
Yeah, Smash Four patches were buck wild, dude. Like a
Like
character
your
would just
character
suddenly
could go
get
from
something.
high tier to like mid in a day.
Yeah,
Like
you wake up one morning and your character now has a kill confirm off of a grab.
yeah, like
It's like Christmas.
shit happens. um
One day you're playing Donkey Kong and you're sad, and the next day you're playing Donkey Kong.
you're playing the Z button.
Yeah, you're playing pivot grab, bro. But
But
if this patch is like kind of like testament to like the direction they're gonna go, I'm pretty happy with it, all things considered, because it shows that they're not gonna go like off the deep end and you know go all wacky tacky, change a bunch of things just because they can, and especially not changing things just because people complain about them.
I also
Uh,
yeah, because the people who complain are always going to be the most vocal. Like
yeah,
you will hear endlessly from a small group of people that what this character does is unfair and it's not okay, and I don't know how you can even think that this is right.
I mean, I play Wolf, so believe me, I've heard that.
Yeah.
I've played Felix on Wi-Fi. You think after 10 games with Felix on Wi-Fi, I'm not hearing everything there is to say about how dishonest Wolf is as a character? You get
Outs
down smashed at
yeah.
45 enough times, you'll have some words.
Yeah. And I feel like that idea and like a lot of people that so my main point that I'm trying to eventually get to long wordedly and all that is that I like the direction that the patches are taking, but I don't really like the changes. I feel like the changes are very misinformed. But I do like the fact that they're not taking very big just like steps in directions.
I feel like most of the changes were like minor quality of life things though. Like
Yeah,
it
there
seems
were
like
minor quality
most
of life, but all the
characters.
important stuff, like all of the stuff that wasn't just like, hey, we made this work a little bit smoother, like we changed this animation, we made this look a little bit nicer. Like all of the like actual balance changes, I feel were very misinformed.
Oh, okay. So you think that they should have like not changed K rule? Do you think they should have
Well,
you know
the changes with K. Rool weren't even that big. I
they're
don't.
not drastic,
They're not
no.
drastic, which I think is fine. Not giving the game time to evolve is a good play.
However, I actually do have a perspective here. There is a perspective where characters like K. Rule are like scrub destroyers.
Yeah, like if you don't know the counterplay, you're just gonna get beat.
Yeah, and so kind of limiting the ability of a scrub destroyer to destroy scrubs while also maintaining the like core integrity of the character at a higher level. I feel like they mostly accomplish that with the K rule changes because K rule as a character is not significantly worse because of this. He's mostly the same. He's just a little bit easier to handle for low level players, right?
Yeah, so his recovery is a little bit easier to mess with. Um,
You don't get buried as long.
supposedly, supposedly, I
Supposedly,
did test that.
allegedly.
I did test that. Um,
Oh yeah,
and at least for the characters that I played, nothing has changed.
cool.
It still cleanly beats Young Link's Downer and Marth's Downer. Um,
Oh,
I
good to
was
know.
testing a bunch of characters, and basically the end result that I found is that unless you have a Cloud-esque down air, you're not touching it from the top,
Uh,
and it still hits you through the stage fairly easily.
well, they tried.
Yeah, but for some of these changes, like from like a gameplay perspective, I understand that the dev team probably is not balancing this game with a competitive environment in mind.
They might be though.
Um, but as a competitor and someone who has gone through many patches in different games, with like Guilty Gear and Street Fighter, I can kind of see like, okay, or was this change actually useful? And I'm gonna get to the berry thing last because that is my main point. That
Yeah,
let's say one of the not even let's say one of the changes was that they took 4 frames of recovery off of Kirby's F tilt.
yeah. I have no idea why they did that.
That is a
That's so
completely
random.
useless change.
That's so
F tilt
random.
is not a good tool. I guess it's like all right for spacing in front of Kirby, but Kirby has down tilt.
I feel like F tilt is more used as like a quick whiff punish, right?
But down tilt is just so much
Yeah.
better.
Isn't F tilt faster? Anyway,
Thank
yeah,
you,
it's a pointless
TG
change.
Stigmata, for the follow. I really appreciate it.
Oh,
What's up, Dalton?
Dalton. Hey, Dalton.
But yeah,
But
like I
it's a
think
pointless change. Yeah, they didn't
it's a
have to do
pointless
that.
change. It's them trying to give Kirby a tool, which I appreciate. Like Kirby needs that. Like of
They
all
don't. They,
characters, Kirby needs that.
you know what's crazy? They give Kirby 4 frames off his forward tilt, and they give Puff all of that.
Well, back air is not as Puff did get a lot of love. It was some
Puff
very
got
odd changes considering that Puff's probably the strongest she's been since Melee.
Puff has a hypersonic back air, bro. That joint is so fast.
But it turns her around.
It always turned her around,
No.
even in Smash Four.
Well, in Smash 4, yeah, but in Melee, like, it's okay to have a move that fast. I don't think it changed the advantage on block or something. It still feels the same.
I don't know. I feel
Um,
like it's so much harder to like see it coming because you can like and you can like land with it easier, right? So you
yeah,
never know if they're just gonna sneak one in before they land on the ground.
it's definitely a more
That's what's
useful
scary about
tool,
it.
and it kind of plays into the idea that Puff is usually going to be in the air. So I don't really mind that. Um,
Down tilt, Puff down tilt.
Puff down tilt was an odd change. I don't even know what's the point of buffing Puff's grounded tools. Like, the day that a Puff tries to down tilt me is a day that I will be very surprised.
You're gonna
Because
get down tilted by base mates the next time you play.
he doesn't even use down tilt. He uses up tilt.
He'll do it.
I'm sure he will. Or he'll play Pac-Man.
Yeah, it's
But, like, the Kirby F
someone
tilt
say that.
change was kind of weird. The Puff down tilt, like, buffing moves that people don't really use is not a
It's very odd.
it's a very odd thing because for people to use them, you kind of have to over buff it so that it becomes good enough to kind of it becomes good enough that it is on the same level as the rest of their pokes. And I can guarantee
Yeah,
you that Puff down tilt will never be as good as forward air or back air or
yeah.
nair. Like
That's
you'll
not
have to make
happening.
it like pop up, like kill at 100. Like you'll have to make the move just broken
Yeah,
because Puff just doesn't want to be on the ground.
yeah. It's very strange. But you know what? I am fine with very small and very strange changes, mostly because I am okay with the game as it stands.
Yeah, I
Maybe
think
things
it's
will
fine.
change over time. I think giving it time to develop and like discover true degeneracy before going and making sweeping changes is probably for the
Yeah.
better.
I really like the model that Capcom has for Street Fighter, where it's a
Yeah.
yearly balance patch, and then right before the CPT starts, it's like, hey, is there anything like super broken? Like, did we make a glaring mistake, or are there some bugs that we could fix? And then if there is, they fix the bugs, like some unblockable stuff, like moves not working as intended, stuff like that. Um, and this brings me to the grounded thing because I feel like this change
Oh, with the berries?
with the berries, and Dalton, I'll answer your question in just a second. The change with the berries is basically this: is that what, at least as far as Nintendo patch notes go, from what you read on their website, at
It
lower
sounds
percents
like,
you get out
yeah,
faster, which
yeah.
worsens it. At lower percents, you get out faster, and Inkling Roller is a little bit easier to counterpoke on the ground because a lot of the time, what would happen is that the hitbox was kind of in front a little bit, so
Mm-hmm.
you would trade if you didn't have a complete disjoint. You would trade, and you would get buried. Inkling would like kind of get tossed away, but then you'd pop out, and Inkling would get a combo.
Yeah,
Um,
they would still get to punish.
that's kind of gone. It's definitely harder,
Yeah. I
but
did read the
I
actual like changes with the berry.
yeah, and this is where I'm going. I don't know how it is with K Rule, but they gave it a compensation buff. I don't know why, where it basically you are buried for significantly less time at low percents, but it scales much harder at higher percents. I think they changed the knockback growth from like 80 to 105.
I
So
think
that,
I'm okay with that.
see, a lot of people's problems with that move though is not getting buried early. It's getting buried at um like 90 and then just like eating an F smash or an up smash and just dying because
Yeah.
you got clipped out of like a tech chase or you tried to hit it and you missed.
I mean,
Like
I don't.
I think it's fine that they get a follow up. I think a half charge smash is a little excessive.
Yeah, I guess so. But like, I mean, functionally speaking, I'm thinking of it. It's like it's on the same level as like if Fox hits falling. If Fox hits like Nair to up smash, right? And you're at 100. Like, if you get hit with roller up smash as Inkling at 100, regardless, you're dying at 100, right? It's not that different.
Yeah,
It just takes longer with Inkling.
and it is an important tool for the character because the character can struggle killing.
Yeah.
Um, because it
I mean,
doesn't.
unless they get like the up throw up air at the perfect percent,
Yeah,
which is like surprisingly much harder than it initially seemed.
yeah. Once you learn it though, it's really easy. It's difficult online though, but once you learn it,
Mm,
it's pretty easy because you can just hold buffer the jump out of the throw, and then you just double
right.
jump up air. It's so consistent.
Okay. Yeah, I don't play Inkling, so I've never had to deal with that. Trying to get the up throw up air. But
Yeah, but
I'll
I
bring up
think that
the
like that kind of thing is really odd, at least like design wise, after what they did to Witch Time, to
yeah,
where they
which
said like, "Hey, you messed up." So basically, with Witch Time was a move that it's like if you mess up once by slightly overextending or missing a punish, you eat like 80% or die, basically,
yeah.
to any competent player.
Hmm.
And I think that them instantly removing that day one
Yeah,
while keeping Inkling Roller
they don't learn
is
their
a little
lesson.
odd. It's a little
They
odd, and
don't learn
it
their lesson. They repeat the same mistakes.
yeah, kind of the for those who don't learn from history are bound to repeat its mistakes.
Although I
That
do
kind of
think the
stuff.
Inkling Roller is way more balanced than Which Time Ever was.
That is very true.
So
Yeah, I'm not
I'm
equating
not
them. By no means am I equating them,
I'm
but
not
from a
scared
philosophical
of getting rollered at
standpoint,
like 30% because I hit them. Like it being a counter was just like the next level of stress in that matchup.
yeah. But that is marginally gone.
Yeah. I mean, which time I feel was balanced very well.
Yeah,
Where at high percents you actually are stuck for quite a bit, and yeah, if you get countered at like 120, you're gonna die. It's fine. You deserve to die like
you were
that. You
gonna
got
die to
countered.
any other counter at that percent anyway.
Yeah, you get hit with Marth counter 120, boom, you're dead. Roy counter, you're extra dead.
Yeah,
But how you feel about ices? I did see the thing that like Zan posted on Twitter where like there's no longer like a desync off the respawn platform,
yeah.
but
They gave Nana, at least from my understanding, they gave Nana a little bit better of an AI, where she won't just like
yeah,
run off stage and kill herself randomly. Um, which
I
is
don't think this affects like the desyncs though, like the
it doesn't.
typical desyncs.
It doesn't really
Okay,
affect any of the desyncs.
otherwise would have heard this from the Ice Climbers players, right?
Oh, definitely. Twitter would have been exploding. Like,
All two of them.
well, there's a lot of people picking up Ices as like a counterpick character.
Counterpick to who? Bowser Jr.? I don't know.
Um, Zan is playing Ices against characters that beat zoners very well.
I don't think Zan's a very good example. He plays uniquely, I'll put it.
Yeah. He's basically using it as a Mario counterpick for now. Mario and
That's
Luigi.
hilarious. That's hilarious.
To actual success. He has done much, much better and has beaten Zenyu and Master Mario more consistently since picking up the character for them.
That's pretty
Um,
funny.
but I
I
think
haven't.
they are a niche pick, though.
Yeah, I've only played one Ice Climbers in this game. I played Cybrus on Wi-Fi, and I lost. So that's
Yeah.
my experience against the character.
Yeah, I've played base a lot because
Oh, does he have an Ice Climbers?
he plays Ices, and they're pretty good.
Okay.
His Ices are not bad.
You know who apparently has a sick, nasty Ice Climbers?
Please tell me.
Big D,
Oh, the Canadian player?
the Canadian player. He apparently is an Ice Climbers fan. He was an Ices main in Melee and Brawl.
Yeah. I know a lot of people played Ices in Brawl, some to more
Great
success than
effect.
others now.
Yeah. But yeah, apparently he's just about it, you know?
Does
He's
he
just
not play
about those
DDD?
climbers. He does play DDD. He does
Yeah.
play DDD, but like he also plays like Falcon and Ices.
Yeah. No, Will, they did not buff sortie counters.
Yeah, so I don't think they need to, right? The counters are
No.
fine. Is Corrin's counter normal? I haven't. I
Corrin's
played
countered
against
is
zero
much worse than Smash
Corrins.
4.
I haven't played against. I've played against no Corrins.
It
That
is
character
it
doesn't
is
exist
it
anymore.
is quote unquote balanced.
Balanced.
Yeah. It kills slightly weak. It's slightly weaker than Marth's.
Okay, that's actually such an L.
That very much an L.
Yeah. Ugh. Oh yeah, Lucario's and Greninja's counters are better.
But
The
that's just like tracking, right?
Yeah, because like Lucario's and Greninjas, they used to whiff like so easy
In this game?
in Smash Four.
Yeah,
They
no,
used to
no, in
whiff so
Smash 4,
easy.
yeah. But I'm
Yeah, in
talking
Smash
about
Four they
like
just whiffed.
the 2.0 patch.
Yeah, the 2.0 I don't think the 2.0 patch did anything to counters.
No.
None of them were listed as changes. Oh, there is one character that got changed like pretty significantly, I guess. Mega Man. You see the thing about that?
Yeah, you can't special cancel forward tilt,
Yeah, big change.
which
Because like that
is I
was
feel like that's just like a bug fix. At least from
yeah.
Nintendo's perspective, that's more of a bug fix.
Mm-hmm. But I guess like a lot of Mega Mans like Yeti and Plup were using that to pretty great effect to get a lot of damage.
Yeah, because you could forward tilt into Leaf Shield, which was a really strong sequence. Because Leaf Shield in this game is much stronger.
It does a ton of damage, doesn't it?
Well, it also has like weird priority
Mm.
where like you can't really hit it like you could in 4.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
So
it's real obnoxious.
is it transcendent?
It feels like it.
Okay. If it's transcendent, that's interesting.
It definitely just like no, it's not transcendent because it does protect him against other projectiles.
Okay, okay, okay.
But it being on him, they rotate so much faster that it's much harder to find a gap.
I see.
But that was really annoying. So I think that's a really big nerf to Mega Man's defense, just because he
Yeah.
doesn't have that ability to just get Leaf Shield from a decently far poke. But
I think he'll. I mean,
I think he'll be
I don't
fine.
know. He'll be fine.
Yeah, I believe in the Mega Man players to not really rely on that
I mean,
because
more
they
power
were
to them.
doing yeah
More,
they were doing well in 4 without that, and I think with the pellet range being buffed and their tools being just slightly better,
to be fair,
I
in
think it's
four
fine.
they also had footstool combos.
That is true, but they still keep the metal blade combos.
Yeah. I just hope I never run into one of them in bracket is all.
It's a very weird matchup.
It's annoying. But yeah, that's the patch, right? That's like basically everything important that happened. Like a lot of characters that I thought were going to get touched, like did not get touched at all. Lucina, no change. Pichu, no change. Wolf, no change.
Yeah, Wolf, like I don't.
Blaster
I would
still
like
does 10% fresh.
I would like to think that people complained more about Wolf than they did about K. Rool, but I think just people just did not like playing against K. Rool.
No, K Rule definitely got more casuals complaining about it. Like if you ever talk to like casuals, like they would always be like, "Man, this K Rule I came into on quick play. All he did was down smash me."
Yeah, which is a really odd, not odd, but it's really interesting perspective from like the what casuals and more inexperienced players find annoying versus what people who have been much more experienced in the scene
You know
find
what though?
obnoxious.
There's one character that casuals and pro players can come together on and agree is annoying, and that is Yoshi.
I just don't like the way his hits sound. That's my gripe with Yoshi. I just don't like the way his hits sound.
You know, your opponent
That
comes up
that
on you
and
in
rising
bracket,
up
just
air hits grounded players.
ooh, the up air out of shield. Ooh,
Yeah, and
Joshi's got some moves.
that's just another occurrence in my opinion of those who do not learn from history, because they took that away from Cloud,
Yeah,
and then they gave it to Yoshi.
which is really funny. But your opponent just rolls up to you in bracket, puts on the oven mitts. You already know.
You already know. Yeah. Um. You can still play that character with oven mitts, by the way. Caleb and I have tried.
Oh yeah, you've tried
It's been tested. It's been labbed.
oven mitts approved. Are there any other oven mitts characters in this game?
Um.
Can you do Ridley?
I don't think Ridley's an oven mitts character because you just kill yourself off stage.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right.
Yeah. Um. Not Mac. I think it's just Yoshi.
It might just be Yoshi.
Yeah. Other characters need more of like an opposable thumb,
Mm,
but I think Yoshi still remains the oven mitts character.
for sure. But that was like all the important stuff in the patch, right?
Yeah, like Incineroar's up
Actually,
throw got a little bit
oh
stronger.
yeah, they buffed Incineroar.
I
They
don't know who looked at Incineroar and thought this character needed more kill power, but
yeah.
but
You
apparently
know
someone did.
you know what's
Pac-Man.
actually what did
Pac-Man.
Pac-Man?
I didn't really understand Pac-Man's changes. I know they changed something with like the fruit charge, um,
I have no idea.
but it looks faster, or at least more fluid. Is
Cool.
my takeaway from what I've seen on Twitter is that it is faster and more fluid. Palutena's Nair, in my opinion, got buffed.
Oh yeah, because like the move goes by faster.
Yeah. So it basically the change that they did is that hits you twice as fast with keeping the same amount of hits.
Mm-hmm.
So you won't fall out as easily if there's ever a reason that you would fall out. And then you can do drag down combos a little more consistently now.
Oh yeah, they buffed Rob's side B for some reason.
And they just I feel so from a competitive standpoint it is a buff. But I feel like from a dev standpoint that's more of like a bug fix.
I guess, but it already sucked you in really good.
Yeah, but I've definitely fell out of it a couple times.
Okay. They. Oh yeah, they buffed Luigi. They
Oh yeah,
buffed Luigi
his recovery,
by
yeah.
he has less lag on the side B, and his Cyclone and up smash kill better.
Yes. And they tried to remove his
The zero to
the zero
death.
to death. It didn't
Huh.
work.
We still we still have those.
Yeah.
Go. Did you see the video Charlie posted?
No.
Charlie posted a highlight video of him getting a bunch of Luigi zero to deaths set to like the Mexican hat dance. It's very funny.
I will check that out later.
It's a very good video. But yeah, Luigi's still ridiculous. Apparently, down throw Cyclone consistently kills at like 100 to 120.
Yeah. I don't know why Cyclone needed to be buffed. They already gave it invincibility on startup.
Yeah,
I don't
no
know.
clue.
I don't know what they want out of that move, but it
They
seems
want
like
something.
they definitely want something. I just don't know what.
He need that.
But I think that actually, for reals this time, covers the patch.
Yeah, I think we got everything. Like, I don't know. I'm fine with them keeping it like this for a while. If something does come out and it's like totally like unacceptable, like yeah, go ahead and do a new one. But maybe the next patch, I feel like if they do another patch, like just don't bother with character balance. Just like change some mechanical things, right? Let me turn off the short hop attack macro. Let me
Ooh, that's actually something that I thought they were going to fix. That I thought was a bug, but apparently it is not.
oh, the short hop attack macro.
Yeah. So when Peach does all over float cancel stuff, if you float out of a short hop, it will count. It will count the float state as a full hop when you do moves.
Oh yeah, so you get full damage
So
on
you
the
get
float
you
aerials.
get full damage on any float cancel aerial.
I think that's hype. You think it's degenerate. I think it's hype.
I think it is unneeded. I think that when you implement a system mechanic, all characters should adhere to it. Like
Uh,
if I'm going to be punished for trying to do moves at a certain height, I feel that it is systematically unfair to give one character the ability to just ignore that.
I guess.
But that's more of like a systematic thing that I thought was a bug, but apparently is not, or it's just a harder fix than they could have implemented in this time.
Yeah. I'm still so surprised that they didn't give you the option of turning off the short hop attack macro. Because that's what happened with AB Smash and Smash 4. If you remember when they first introduced AB Smash, you couldn't turn it off. Like it was just there. I'm pretty sure it was like this, where it was just there and then later they added the ability to turn it off. I was expecting them to do that with the short hop attack macro. They still might do that in a later update. I would be so happy if they did because I already know how to short hop. Like I don't need it, right?
Yeah.
I
Um
mean, I'll admit it is easy to just like ham hand my controller to do a short hop nair out of shield, but like, come on, trusted my ability to hit the buttons, right?
I feel like it's for like more casual or less experienced players.
Yeah, but so like, give me the option to turn it off, right?
Yeah, I see no problem with that. Um, the only thing, because like the previous like short hop macro in Smash 4 was just like inputting the move at this in a very close proximity to the jump,
Yeah,
like
because
out
you
of
would like
shield
buffer it.
with the
You
C
could buff-
stick, right?
Uh, you, yeah, because you could like double stick,
Yeah,
and
I
that's how you
really
would do
I
like
really liked that, honestly.
yeah. So because you could do short hop up airs with Fox, and just double stick it with taps jump, and it felt really good.
Well, you could do it with a button to jump too. Since
It was just harder.
I have L jumps, so I just did L up on the gray stick and up on the C stick, and I did a short hop. I think that really helped out of shield stuff.
Hmm.
Just kind of made it more, in my opinion, more intuitive. But I'm not a casual player, so I
Yeah, I
don't
have
know
no
what
idea what's.
I don't know what a casual player would find intuitive
Yeah, I've since long forgotten what casual players find intuitive.
because I'm so much more used to thinking about
Like,
the game in a certain way.
yeah, the eccentricities of
Yeah,
competitive play, where you're not weird for holding your controller like a velociraptor.
that's true. I've never seen a casual claw.
It's not comfortable. Why would you do it?
Yeah,
It actually hurts. Like, why would you ever do that as a casual?
but sometimes you gotta claw it for certain things.
Yeah, I clawed for rising needles with Sheik to do like needlefish. But that's about all I clawed for. Anyway, enough about the patch. I think we've talked about that enough.
We definitely talked about the patch a lot.
Today's Wednesday. Today's Wednesday, January the 30th, and tomorrow I am getting on a plane and flying to Oakland, California, so I can go to Genesis 6. You are not going, Josh, but
Nope.
what do
I
you?
work.
Yes. What do you think? What are you like expecting from the tournament?
Um, so there's a couple things, completely outside of anything seating related or
Uh
rule
huh.
set related, because those
So
are
we can talk
entirely
about
different
that.
conversations.
I have something in my notepad marked rule sets. Believe me.
Oh, I know. I know you have a gripe with the rule set. Um, but I'm honestly just kind of curious because we've had quote unquote majors,
Yeah,
but
I mean we've
they've
had
kind of just been like
tournaments that like
big events. We've had SoCal Chronicles, which was I guess technically a regional, but there was a lot of people there.
yeah, there was like 500 people.
But we've never had something Genesis size,
No, we have not yet. This is the first like
super major.
this is the first like very important tournament on like on like an international level. This is the first internationally relevant tournament, so to speak. Everything else was just kind of like it was the preseason, like even for like PGR, right?
Yeah.
Nothing before Genesis even registers.
Hmm.
So like this is the one that counts.
Yeah, and
And
there's two things I'm gonna be watching for this weekend.
mhm.
The first, and this is more of like a just a personal interest. I'm sure other people have this interest too, but I want to see how the melee players who are playing this game fare at Genesis against people who have been playing Smash 4 or other games that are more, if not
Similar,
chronologically closer, just mechanically closer.
right? Um, Here's my bold prediction: Leffen will either get 25th or 17th.
Really.
Yeah,
So you think that he's good, but you think he will be outshone by the people who regularly play these games like Smash
Yeah.
4 and stuff like that?
I think he will be able to use because like he's naturally just like a really, 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 really good fighting game player. Like he picks up on fighting games very quickly, uh, and is able to understand what it takes to get good at a game. So I think that he already has an edge on a lot of people. Even a lot of people that are coming from Smash Four because a lot of people that are coming from Smash 4 may not have the perspective on this as a new game, and they may be treating themselves, and their gameplay more like the previous game.
Yeah, and if you try to play this game like Smash 4, you are definitely hindering yourself.
Yeah, you're holding yourself back for no reason. But I feel like he's going to be able to. I feel like he's going to be able to play really well, and he's going to be able to beat a lot of like good players. But I feel like once he gets up to like the truly great players, like if he gets to somebody like I'm looking at the bracket right now.
Like his specific bracket, because I
Well,
think like he'd be able. I think Leffen would be able to hang in the area of um,
okay,
well, like
according to seeding, he might not do it because
oh,
he is his first set in top 64 is in losers, and it would be against Elegant.
that's rough.
That is pretty rough. However, Elegant has I don't know. He's been kind of ups and downs, so I could see him getting upset. I could definitely see Levin beating someone like Sinji, beating someone like 8-Bit Man.
Or like
But
Nika.
then, well, I'm just looking at who he would have to play next, right?
Yeah, I mean, but like the category of player, like the,
Yeah.
the the 30 to 50 range.
But what I'm seeing here is like I'm seeing losers round 4 against Shuton. There's no way.
That might be
There's no
rough. I feel
way.
like
There's no way. Like if he beats somebody like Shuton, he's a madman. Like
Shuton or Larry or
it would be Shuton.
Leo.
Get this. It would be Shuton into Ally into Dabuz.
That's rough.
There's no way.
And those are all really defensive players.
Like those are yeah.
Well, I guess not ally, but he's playing Snake now.
Yeah.
And that honestly, I'm really ally was one of the players I really want to watch because I've only heard of like one Snake, and it's because he's like doing okay in SoCal. I think his
Oh, it's
name's
Key,
Key.
right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Where like
He
he
got
does well, but he doesn't like consistently win.
if you've been paying attention in SoCal, there's actually a new player, Heavy. He he went to his first tournament and reset Void in Grands.
Yeah, I saw that, and then he got like 3-0, 3-1 or something.
Something like that.
I,
Regardless.
I tuned in for the second set to see him just getting destroyed.
Yeah, no, he got stretched like taffy, I tell you that much.
Yeah, MVD, to my knowledge, Dalton has been to one tournament. I have not heard of him going to anything else. I
He
think
no,
that's
he's been
partially,
doing he's been doing well in Oklahoma.
but I don't watch Oklahoma. I don't even know if Oklahoma has a stream.
They do. He I think he's been having like he's either been losing or having like close sets with people like I don't know if it's Oklahoma or Texas tournaments that he goes to, but like he's been playing people like Lima, Austin. He was at Glitch. I don't know what place he got at Glitch.
Yeah, because I know he got second at
He get
what was
he
that?
won Don't Park. He won Don't Park.
Oh no, ESAM got second at Dome Park.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got sponsored today by World Best Gaming. I will reserve my comments for that.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Oh no.
hearts out to that man.
Oh, peace be upon him. Oh no.
Yeah. I honestly like have a very very odd interaction with that organization because obviously we know Hector.
We know a guy, yeah,
And
who
then
has previously been involved. Is he still involved with that organization?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Actually, I'm definitely sure he is not involved with that organization anymore. And then I know they sponsored CJ Truth for a little bit,
Oh yeah.
but I'm like 100% sure CJ Truth is no longer sponsored by them. Um, and other than that, I've never heard of the org.
Yeah, I don't know what they do.
I honestly don't know what they do.
I think
Um,
they do like gears. They do gears, right?
Something like that. So something not related to fighting games.
Yeah, no.
They've kind of dipped their toes a little bit, but nothing really big. I think MVD would like if they are looking to get into fighting games. I think MVD is a great way to do it.
He's decent, yeah. I think yeah, he's decent.
But we'll see how he does at Glitch, not at Glitch at Genesis.
Genesis, yeah.
Yeah, at Genesis. Um, the
He's
other thing that
what
I'm
seed is he, man?
I don't know what CD is. Probably somewhere in the third. No, probably like 20 to 30 ish range, maybe 20 to 40.
Okay, he's okay. I think he's seeded to let's see, 9th, 13th, 17th. He's seeded to get 17th.
Okay, so
He's supposed to lose to ZD in losers.
that's rough.
I mean, ZD's doing well. ZD's popping off. You know, at least he is in his home region. I don't know about in
Yeah,
Oakland, California, but you know, in his home
I
region,
don't know
he's
if he's
cleaning up.
traveled yet.
I think he traveled a little bit in Smash Four. I don't know if he did much outside of MDVA in Smash Four, but who
Yeah,
knows? A lot of his boys are definitely pulling for him. They definitely uh, were like up in arms about his seed, and now he's seeded to get ninth. So you know,
yeah.
made magic
I
happen.
don't know where they got that information.
I mean, he did get second at Glitch, or no, he didn't get second at Glitch. He got a very good placing at Glitch. He got like top four or something.
Yeah, and it's really hard to seed someone just based off of like, oh, how important is this thing compared to the to this thing?
Especially when we only had like three big tournaments, right?
Yeah, it's very new to the thing because if you seed off Smash 4, you're a madman.
Yeah,
Like
you're
you,
actually insane.
um, the only, in my opinion, the only reason that you should even consider Smash 4 while seeding for this game is consistency of performance.
I guess, yeah. I mean,
Because
to be fair,
even
like the top players of Smash Four are generally doing pretty well,
yeah, like
except for the ones that play Bayonetta.
someone like Leo, who was just like playing like consistently like top five, just like when he got there, he just stuck there. It's a pretty
Yeah,
good bet that he's gonna place well. Like,
and he has been like Tweak
yeah,
now. Ooh, Tweak is so hot right now. Tweak is insane.
playing Wario,
Playing Wario, he's playing Young Link Younger, uh,
Link
Link
Nino.
Nino, Link Nino.
But yeah,
All sorts of characters.
and that
I really hope Zachary doesn't choke. Oh, if Zachary doesn't choke, ooh, I want to see him get first or second, bro. I'm trying to see Zachary and Grants.
yeah, I'm trying. There's a couple characters I'm looking for, but probably because I play them. But I want to see how the Ikes do, and I want to see how the Young Links do. Because to my knowledge, no one's playing Marth, other than like Mr. E. But I've seen him playing a lot more Lucina.
Yeah, I mean Lucina's just easier, right?
She's also probably just better
Yeah,
for a tournament environment. She is probably just better.
she's probably the best character in the game. You know, we've mentioned this.
Yeah, Arizona firm believers that Lucina does not lose any matchups.
No matchups lost, son.
Probably
Because
IMO,
all
a lot of even
all her bad
matchups,
matchups,
a
all
lot
her
of
bad matchups got changed so that they're not bad anymore.
Meta Knight, Diddy Kong,
Meta Knight, Diddy
Cloud,
Kong, like Cloud,
Bayo.
Mewtwo, even.
Yeah, Michi just got different.
Yeah, I feel like Mewtwo is not
Mewtwo's
doing
probably
so hot
the
right now.
closest to a bad matchup she has right now.
Yeah, Mewtwo I feel is gonna become a better character later, but it's gonna have to be people that didn't play Mewtwo in Smash Four. Because people that played Mewtwo in Smash Four are literally incapable of playing Mewtwo in this game.
Yeah, I can agree. He's just like a different, like the way he's played, it just completely changed.
Yeah, he's not like jump at you, air dodge, and then whiff punish. You know?
Yeah, because when you get used to being invincible and invisible for half your neutral game,
Yeah,
not
you kind
having
of
that is quite the change.
you definitely have some shackles on you.
But
But yeah, Lucina definitely no losing matchups. I'll say it right now.
go on record.
On the record that Lucina loses no matchups. Is probably the best character in the game, and you're insane if you don't have a secondary Lucina.
Because she's
Because
just
you
she's
can
so
learn that
easy.
character in an afternoon. Like,
Like if you have solid fundamentals and you kind of lab out her basic combos,
yeah, she doesn't have tech.
the
She doesn't
the
have
floor
gimmicks.
the floor is quite the floor is quite low, but you can get not to the ceiling because she's not really like a skill ceiling character.
No, no, no. The skill floor is high because you start out at like a pretty high level.
Well, I've seen some I've seen some shit that makes me believe otherwise.
Well, I mean, bad players are bad players, right?
Yeah, but like having good fundamentals will carry you so much further with that character.
Yeah, there's definitely some fundamentals based characters that people aren't yet like. I think Wolf is one of them too. Like Wolf is a fundamentals based character that has a few things that are a little ridiculous, but like otherwise he's just like raw outplay, you know?
Yeah, he does have probably some of the best like defense. I think he's a very strong defensive character,
Yeah. He he's
which is
very
weird because his kit seems very much more geared towards offense.
I feel like it's like
Trying to get in on Wolf is very difficult.
yeah. I feel like he's also decent at like safely pressuring you, but not in like an oppressive. I mean, I guess kind of in an oppressive way in a sort. Like I feel like his ledge trapping is probably second or third best in the game.
Yeah, his corner pressure is very good. His juggles are very good. He basically has a sword,
His edge guarding is a little bit weak,
but
but
that's kind of
even still,
offset by the ledge trapping.
yeah, even still, you can edge guard with Wolf. Like you have a magical Nair that is out for so long and hits very hard.
Yeah, but considering that, I think we're probably gonna see a Wolf at least in top 16.
Zachary, baby,
We're definitely
Zachary.
going to see a Lucina. In my opinion, we're definitely going to see Lucina in top 16. I'm
Uh,
not making predictions for top 8 because
I mean,
it's
does
the
Leo
Wild
count
West
as a
right now.
Lucina?
No, Leo plays like.
I'm sure he has a Lucina though, right?
Oh, he definitely probably does.
I mean, he would probably pick Marth first though, right?
No,
He
he said he
seems,
doesn't like Marth in this game.
but he's also said that he still believes Marth is better.
I mean, I believe Marth is better too in the long run,
Yeah,
but we are 2 months. No,
yeah.
Nairo does not have a Lucina.
He kind of does, but
Nairo, in
like,
my opinion, Nairo plays all of his characters the exact same way, and it
yeah.
does not matter what character he plays.
Which I mean, it's fine. It gets him the W a lot of the time.
Yeah, but I mean like Lucina player.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think you might be lost on that one, unless like
Yeah,
Mister He makes an insane run.
doubting that. I think there's too many like exceptional players here.
Yeah, for just like a good player like Mystery to break out like that.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think he would need some form of bracket luck
Oh yeah.
to just like not hit some of the just like the brick walls that he's kind of encountered. But I am
Because I
I am
mean,
very curious to see what the character distribution is.
yeah, I mean, I'm pretty excited to see what top eight looks like. Because if it's like eight different characters, that's insane.
Yeah, I'm honestly I would not be that surprised if top eight was 8 different characters or at least like 7 different characters because one repeat not that bad. But
Yeah,
I'm gonna be looking to top 16. Um,
anti top 16 with Lucario. I could.
not anymore.
What do you mean?
Lucario got nerfed. He
Did
doesn't.
it really?
Yeah, he can't combo. You can't combo up smash or any aerials off Aura Sphere anymore.
Is that confirmed? Like confirmado?
Confirmado.
Oh no,
Yeah, like Lucario got changed quite a bit.
we just totally missed that on the patch section. We forgot about that one.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really have Lucario.
Oh wait,
That
Genesis 6 is still on 1.2.1.
that is true. Then I could see it, but
There you go. He's gonna have to swap after.
yeah, yeah. I think top 16 will show a much better range of whether or not um, the game is balanced. I
Hmm.
guess quote unquote balanced, just because it.
I mean, it's already so much more balanced than Smash 4 ever was. Because you remember around this time where Smash 4 was released was Apex 2015.
Yes,
And
and
Apex
if you weren't playing
2015,
Diddy Kong or Sheik, you were a nut job.
or you were Debuzz.
Yeah,
And Apex 2015 for Smash 4 had, yeah, Diddy, Rosalina, Olimar, Sheik, Sonic, Sheik, Diddy, Pac-Man, and
was that
actually it was Abadango,
was that
yeah.
Abadongo? Yeah.
Yeah, it was actually surprisingly diverse for the time, but yeah, two Diddies, two Sheiks, two repeats is not what you really want right away.
Yeah. I mean, for so who are like the characters? Because everyone is like fairly decided on who like the good characters are right now. It's like it's Inkling, it's Wolf, Lucina, Peach, and I think that if there is going to be a duplicate, it will be Peach.
Oh, you think you're seeing two Peaches?
I think I could see. I would not be surprised if I saw 2 Peaches in top 16. Um, I outside of that, to my knowledge, there's only like 3 Peaches who could even do it. I don't see people just out here picking up Peach.
Yeah, no, it's definitely like Mutace,
Samsora,
Samsora,
Slayers.
Slayers. I'm surprised that Slayers came back, not because he didn't quit because of like he was sick of playing Smash 4 or whatever. He actually had like medical problems. Like that's why Slayers quit.
Yeah, and now he's
I
back.
thought he quit just because like he quit the game.
No,
But
that man took medicinal leave.
like life made him quit. Like that's insane. But yeah, that's
And
Genesis. I'm excited
Pichu.
to go to Genesis. Oh, Pichu. I could see
Yeah,
Pichu.
I think
I
Void's
mean
gonna make it
Void.
really far. I have
Void, yeah.
not seen any other Pichu that's as stand out as he is though.
Yeah, no, they're basically all frauds except for Void.
I see a I see a lot of people, and to that no, I don't. So, are we in agreement that Cosmos is probably the best Inkling player right now?
Yeah,
Cosmos or
uh,
Armada?
Armada. I mean, you could say Armada. I mean, he has zero results, but cool. Yeah, Cosmos is pretty good. He's probably the best Inkling. Inkling's probably going to be a decent long term pick for him because I can see Inkling just, as a raw fundamentals based character being good later on. But like right now, Inkling just doesn't have that like.
He doesn't have everyone knows that Inkling is good, but no one wants to play him.
Yeah, it's because like you have to play like Inkling, you know.
Got to be a squid kid.
Who wants to do that? Who wants to be schmoovin'? I don't want to be schmoovin'. I'll tell you that much. I'll schmoove with Wolf.
Yeah, I think there's just like if you're looking for a fundamentals based character, I think Wolf is just a much more appealing pick to a lot of people,
Yeah, Wolf or Lucina.
both aesthetically and at least in my opinion aesthetically.
Yeah, I mean, are you kidding me? I would rather play Wolf and Lucina over Inkling any day. They're so much cooler.
Yeah, that and they don't really have the trouble that Inkling does with killing, where Inkling kind of has to like outplay you. Um, where Wolf and Lucina kind of have to outplay you too, but like they don't have to outplay you as hard.
Yeah, they outplay you 3 times and then you're at kill percent. You know,
But
Inkling has to
yeah,
hit you more times.
I'm interested in seeing what like random character just comes out of the woodwork, like
Yeah.
some duck hunt or some like wild character coming out that people just
I
probably
could
as a
see.
combination of people don't knowing the matchup.
Ooh, Yeti with the Mega Man's last hurrah here.
I could see Mega Man doing well.
I could see Yeti making some upsets potentially, because like he's seeded to lose
The problem with
to.
playing Mega Man though is that like all the good characters, not all the good characters, but basically all of the good characters right now are sword characters.
Yeah,
I do
a
not
lot of them
see
are
a Weave
sword
It.
characters.
Calm down there, Dalton.
Oh, Best Ness? Best Ness with the Wii Fit?
Best Ness, I think, with Ness.
I could see him picking the Wii Fit a few times. Spencer's got a mean one. But Yeti is supposed to lose to Tamim, previously known as Mistake, uh, which, he did. Mistake did good at Glitch, but Bayonetta is not as good anymore. And Mega Man in this version still has his dumb stuff, so who knows?
Yeah. So is there anything other? Is there anything else in Genesis that you want to talk about?
I mean, I love Genesis. I went to Genesis 3, 4, and 5. Genesis 3 was the only reason why I kept playing Smash because I was in the crowd and I was watching the tournament, and it was Melee just because there was like a greater spectacle, but also with Smash 4, actually the Genesis 3 Smash 4 was so cool because it was, the whole like international clash thing with Renai and Zero.
Yeah.
So like both top eights were just like these insane magical things, uh and it made me finally understand like this is why people lose their mind. This is why people like scream when they're watching these streams, right? When they're watching the tournaments in person. This is why they get all excited like this. And I finally understood it. And that's the reason why I kept playing. And so Genesis is very special to me in that regard. And that's why I love going every year. And I would always recommend it to everybody because it's a very unique tournament. Just in that it is the single biggest tournament that is exclusively a Smash thing, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Because
there's rivals too now,
yeah,
but
that's Smash adjacent.
it was like it was started as a Smash thing. Like
Yeah.
at this point, it's probably the longest running Smash tournament series. I don't know about
Um.
Big House though.
No, I don't think it's the longest, but it's definitely a long running one.
Yeah, it's one with just undeniable legacy.
Yeah, and it's such a fun event. I really, really, really like it. I love the atmosphere there. It's I don't know. There's something to it I can't put into words, but I would highly recommend if you get a chance next year. Which, based on the amount of people that entered Ultimate this year, I think Genesis 7 is a pretty secure lock for a tournament that's going to happen. So, if you get a chance to go next year, definitely do so. I'm going to have a lot of fun there. I'm going to meet up with some friends, hang out, do some
Get
cool stuff
get
in
Korean
Oakland.
barbecue, like every Smash
I'm
player
going
does.
to I'm going to try to see. They have something in Oakland called Hood Slam, which is.
You told me about this.
Did I tell you about Hood
You
Slam?
told me about Hood Slam.
Okay, yeah, Hood Slam is a. It's like this like low budget underground pro wrestling thing in Oakland, and they have like all these wacky characters, and I'm excited to go to it. It's like gonna be $20, so I'm down to do that on my Friday night.
Sounds like a good use of a Friday night because bracket starts Friday, right?
It starts Friday, and I'm gonna. There's no way I'm making out on my pool because I'm gonna be dead tired because I'm doing 3 volunteer shifts as a pool captain, and then I'm playing my pool.
That's rough.
Yeah,
That's rough. I had to do that at Evo.
I I actually go to Genesis almost just to volunteer, right? Like I love volunteering at huge majors like that. I do it at Genesis and Evo every year.
Right on.
No reason not to, really. And they did what Evo did, where they have like a volunteer Discord,
That's neat.
which I thought was so good at Evo because I could just be
It
like,
was very
"Hey,
useful.
I'm at this pool and everything's going wrong. I need a guy."
Yeah,
They get you a guy. It was sick.
it's definitely the way to go as far as like event organizing. I think
Yeah,
that's
it's
really
the technology, of course.
yeah.
But that's Genesis. I'm very excited to go. I probably should be packing because my flight departs at noon tomorrow.
Oh,
So in just about 12 hours I'm gone.
sick.
But here I am. But enough about that. We're going to talk to something adjacent to Genesis, which is the Genesis rule set. Oh boy.
So it's gotten a little bit better after the
Oh,
patch.
has it?
No, but they're still running the old patch. Never mind, it hasn't gotten better at all. Um, the new patch supposedly fixed Lilat's edges.
I am okay with allowing Lilac Cruz as a stage now. I've gotten over it. I've opened my heart. I've softened my heart to Lilac Cruz, and I will allow it back in.
Castle Siege, though.
Castle Siege has no business being a stage that you can pick in a tournament. That is absurd.
Yeah. It, the argument for Castle Siege is that they want a small stage to decrease the potency of zoning characters.
The problem is that zoners are still good on that stage. They just stand on the right side of the stage and throw their stuff at you, and you can't do anything because you have to either go up the slant, which they can just keep throwing their stuff at you, or you have to jump at them, in which case they have a platform above them, so they're protected from you jumping at them, and then they can either hit you with an anti-air, or they can just run away to the other side when you jump at them.
Yeah, like it it has very very good elements for zoning characters, but the argument I hear more than often is just the size. And
It's
realistically, like if you're looking for a small stage against zoners, Smashville is almost the same size, at least platform wise, but
yeah,
has slightly bigger blast zones, so you don't die at ridiculous percents.
yeah. Like go to Smashville, go to Yoshi's Brawl. Like
Like those
you
are
don't.
well. First of all, I don't think you should ever take a zoning characters to Yoshi's Brawl. That
You're
stage is
right.
so good for zoners.
They will camp you.
Yeah. Well, like
But
you
I
have
mean, just
options.
like, yeah, it's ludicrous.
You don't have to have this like tiny stage to feel comfortable against zoners. Like zoners are there to control space. Like you're not going to like picking a stage to just invalidate a character is not healthy for the game.
Yeah, that's not how counter picks work, really.
Like a stage should not swing a matchup so ridiculously skewed in one person's favor.
Yeah, I mean,
There's a reason that melee Fox melee sets are entirely predictable now a stage depending on the other character. Like
yeah.
if it's Puff, you start Battlefield, and then if Puff wins, you go Yoshi's. If Puff loses, you go
Oh,
Dreamland.
no, no, no. You can also go Stadium.
That's true. But more often than not, they go Yoshi's.
Well, the Puff will ban Yoshi's, and then you go to Stadium.
I thought in best of five sets you couldn't ban
Oh, in a
stages.
best of five, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
anyway, I'm looking at the stage list right now, and you know what? Why don't we workshop some corrections that we can make to this? Because it's almost there, right?
It's very close. Could you drop that in chat really quick? Just so I
Yeah, let
can
me
take a peep at it.
let me send it to you.
Um,
Because I feel like I feel like if you removed two stages, and you're in. So if
so what
you
two
took the
stages would you remove?
Okay, so currently the legal stages are starter wise, you have Battlefield, Smashville, Pokemon Stadium 2, Final Destination, and Lilac Cruise.
Okay. And
Counterpick
I
wise,
have the infographic on the stream, so
yeah, counterpick wise, you have Unova Pokemon League, Castle Siege, Town and City, Yoshi's Story, Kalos Pokemon League, and Yoshi's Island Brawl. I would say Axe Castle Siege, cut Unova Pokemon League. As much as I do love the aesthetics of that stage, I do understand that it is a teensy bit redundant with PS2 and Kalos already existing with similar layouts, with more pronounced, aspects to the variation than Unova has, and also Unova kind of can mess with teleports a little bit. So
yeah.
I'm fine with getting rid of it for that reason. So that way, 5 starters, 4 CPs. You have 9 stages. That's one more stage
I don't
than
think Lilat should be a starter. First of all,
you don't
in
think.
my
Okay,
opinion, I don't think Lilat should be a starter. Lilat
if actually, yeah,
is
you're right.
more of a
Lilat
counter
should not be a
pick.
starter. Lilat is definitely a counter pick. I would rather
I don't even
have.
think Smashville should be a starter. I think
You're
starters
off the goop, dude.
I do not think Smashville should be a starter.
I'm fine with Smashville being a starter. I will concede Lilac Cruz as a starter. However, if we're taking Lilac Cruz off of the starter list, I think what do you put on the starter list instead? Do you put Kalos, Yoshi's Story, Town and City, or Yoshi's Island Brawl?
Probably Town.
Really?
Yeah,
You're right. Town should be a starter.
because while it is the biggest stage, I don't. That's not really an argument against it
Yeah.
because Battlefield was the biggest stage in Smash Four, and
And it was a starter.
and it was a starter. So size isn't really good, and it's another platform orientation that does not give ridiculous advantage to one character or another. My reason in that Lilat should not be a starter is because the platforms are so close to the ground
Yeah.
that it is a very aggressively minded stage. That
Yeah,
and it has tilts.
I mean, yeah. The Lilat is such an insanely good stage for characters like Lucina, Marth, uh,
Wolf,
Wolf,
Falcon, Pichu.
Olimar too. Actually,
Yeah.
I mean, it's always been traditionally a good Olimar stage, of course. But more for defensive reasons with Olimar because he gets to hide under the platforms
Yeah.
and limit your approaches there.
It's a
But
good Rosa stage too.
yeah, but Rosa, this game.
I mean, not in this patch, but yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's at this point like cut those two, swap Lilat and Town for the starter and counter pick. Like you got yourself a rule set. You got two bands still. You know, I'm about it.
Yeah,
You think we should pitch that
just
to SIK?
to Shaq.
Yeah, say like after Genesis, we should run this stage list. You know, three stock 8 minutes is fine. All me's is fine, I guess. I'm over hating me's, I guess. I mean, I still hate me's because they're not real characters.
I don't like them either, but I still think 1111 should be tournament standard. But that might just me being caught up in old ways.
I'm fine to Meagle dude. Just run it. Meagle. But yeah, that's about it for like rule sets, I guess. Like the Genesis rule set was just like
It's a,
they just I have no idea who was deciding that. Like because at first they went for like the California recommended rule set, which is also an insane rule set. It's bonkers bananas.
does that one include Frigate,
It's the
Orphean, and WarioWare?
No, it's the one that has 7 stages and they're all starters.
Wow.
Yeah, because Fallen says that you actually don't need counter picks, and that counter picks are an outdated idea. Which I usually do like a lot of Fallen's opinions, but I think that take is not it. But yeah, the California recommended rule set was off the goop. Genesis rule set off the goop. I think a more conservatively minded rule set with 8 or 9 stages going to probably end up being the standard eventually. Just as long as we don't try to stick with extremely whack things like Castle Siege, because that's just ridiculous.
Yeah, and going forward now that the a lot, not a lot, but the more obvious tilt jank has been removed.
Yeah, the ledges are more forgiving with
The Legend more forgiving. Peach Bomber still can't snap it, but I mean, that's a. It's not really a
minor.
move that I feel should snap ledge anyway.
I was
But
surprised it does. I'm always surprised when it does snap ledge. Actually,
yeah, but you can now parasol into it
yeah, reliably.
reliably on the 2.0 patch, not Genesis, but at the
Yeah, well,
2.0 patch.
Genesis. I'm trying to see Sam Sora lose a game 5 in top 8 to Lilac Cruz. That'd be extra funny.
Yeah, and then other than that, like I think Castle Siege and Unova going out would be fine.
Yeah, that's probably an inevitability. I like Unova,
Like it's a
but
cool stage. I hate the shadows on it personally. I hate the shadows on
I
it.
like the lighting. I like the lighting. I think it looks cool. But my brain is small and smooth like a river stone. So,
All right,
But yeah,
so
that's about it for rule sets. So,
at least like big stuff. Let's go local. Is there anything neat happening in Phoenix recently?
I mean, locally, as far as like Arizona tournaments are concerned, there's like, I guess technically three distinct scenes in Arizona because they're the three major cities, or I guess like the three major like university cities, I guess,
Yeah,
which is like in the north, Flagstaff, central is Phoenix, the capital, of course, and then southern is Tucson. Phoenix, of course, being the largest scene, Tucson being the second largest, and Flagstaff being the smallest. Now, an interesting thing about Flagstaff is that
they have
we
their own
actually
PR.
we there was actually an invasion. Did you see Stroder and Skyler and Potter and Jumbo Jack and
They all hoofed it up there.
yeah, because they heard that like the Flagstaff TO was like, we're just gonna run our tournament on the same day as the monthly because I'm gonna prioritize our thing over the monthly because we don't want,
We are
we,
we are promoting solidarity.
I guess they just wanted to be separate. Like they just didn't want to bother interacting with the rest of the state scene, which is like kind of whack.
I mean, they've been
So
doing
they
that for a
decided,
while though.
I guess, but like, why? So they decided to go to Flagstaff and just bully them.
Just like go up, take their money.
Yeah, and there was one Flagstaff player in in the top eight who upset the Weasel. Actually,
Good for him.
yeah, I don't remember what his tag was, but yeah, he did pretty good.
So what was this? I was seeing something about some new. Well, I guess since this is the first episode, we can talk about some of the things that are like interesting. I guess.
Yeah,
I saw a post by Steven about two new weeklies or something happening on in the
yeah.
Phoenix area.
So the thing that's been going on in the general, like the valley, I guess, is that uh Steven with SAK, he has been deciding to reach out to different venues and different tournament organizers and like actually cooperate with them on like a business level to provide infrastructure to run tournaments, provide streaming, advertise, and collect portions of venue fee for it, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's more tournaments for more different places now than there were like ever before. So if you're in like the far East Valley, you can go to something like Baxter's on Wednesdays, which is in Queen Creek. If you're in, oh, wait, what did he invite me to? He invited me to so many things.
But there's like because Phoenix is like a really big like metropolitan city, but it also has like suburbs. So like
Yeah,
one side of
there's
Phoenix to the other could be like a 2.5 hour drive.
yeah, it's a large area. Like
So it's like trying to cover more bases, trying to get people involved in the outskirts areas, so that when the big events do come, they're incentivized to like kind of make that trip because it's like a special once a month event.
yeah, there's one in the North Valley, which it's by Paradise Valley. It is on Mondays. It's going to be Monday tournaments. There is one near the West Valley. It's by where Cyberzone is. It's actually like across the street from Cyberzone.
Okay.
And then there's, Baxter's in Queen Creek. And then there's, SAK in Tempe.
Which is on the
So
more southern
there's,
side.
yeah, Tempe is kind of like closer to central Phoenix. Whereas, the tournament on Thunderbird is more like northwestern Phoenix, and the tournament on Monday is just like straight north Phoenix, closer to Scottsdale. Actually, it's Scottsdale, Paradise Valley, that place.
Yeah. And all of these are available on the calendar, right?
Yeah, they're on the calendar. They're actually, you can find the locations on like the Arizona Player Locator.
Yeah.
That's also on the Facebook page. Oh yeah, there's also TGZ on Tuesdays. I forgot about that one.
There's a whole bunch of tournaments.
Yeah, which
Um,
I don't know exactly how I really feel
well, a lot of them are
about.
sanctioned.
A lot of them, like, let's see, one, two, three, four of the tournament locations are streamed and operated by SAK.
Okay.
You know, just three of them are at different locations that are not the actual SAK building. But yeah, there's more tournaments all around, and hopefully, like, I guess ideally, it's like get the people that would go to tournaments, but they just don't want to drive, an extra 20, 30 minutes.
I mean, that's reasonable.
And hopefully
People are
there's
busy.
yeah, hopefully there's more people in Scottsdale and Glendale than there are in Queen Creek because Baxter's got like 22 entrants today, which is decent for where it is. It's a pretty low density area in terms of
It's
players.
how much we get in Tucson.
Yeah, segue off of that because currently the larger tournaments in Phoenix are pulling upwards of 100 plus people.
Yeah,
You
Thursdays are getting crazy.
you live in Tucson,
I do,
and Tucson is a smaller city.
but
But what's the scene looking like? What's Tucson looking like?
so for a while towards the end of Smash Four, we were kind of dwindling. Going around like 15-person locals, you know, rough times.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then we moved from our venue because it was just hard for them to get us space on the days that we wanted.
This is a recurring theme.
Yeah, but a recurring theme, one that we hope is now over. So we were chilling at Casa Video for a while, but there was some stuff with Casa, both them as a business and our interactions with them. It just didn't work out. Um, Mainly because they are a bar and young people like to play Smash. So
Yeah.
already from there, conflict. But we are moving the Saturday weeklies to a place on the northwest side of town. Um, for those of you who know slash care, it's around Orange Grove and Oracle, or River and Oracle,
Mm-hmm.
at a game store named Polyhedron Games. And one, not the manager there, but the assistant manager, I believe, is the guy who runs a lot of the brackets for like Tucson Comic Cons and a lot of stuff. So they already have like interest in the scene, and quite honestly, they are like the most willing to help people I have ever seen, because when we started talking to them, we're like, hey, we're trying to get this done, and this is kind of our timeline. And they're like, okay. So basically, our deal for right now is we got like a 2 month test period, which is a little large for a test period, in my opinion. But I mean, like, hey, fine by me. 2 months. Let's let it ride. And they're gonna open an hour early for us, so we can get a
Ooh.
lot of the bracket done by the time that their busier Saturday time comes around. Um, there is internet, so we're gonna try to start a stream.
Nice. Tucson
Um,
hasn't had a stream in a while.
I know, probably no commentary, but that's fine. I think just Tucson just being a stream is good enough, at least for right now.
Yeah,
And the venue is a little higher than we're used to because we're spoiled by 80 in Casa with like $2 to $3 venue fee. Venue fee for this place is gonna be 5, which honestly is still not that bad, but you know.
that's actually in terms of I've because I've been talking to people. Apparently, like just around the country in general, like venue fee is for almost everywhere, just universally 10.
Yeah.
Like in most regions.
So 5 is not bad.
No,
Definitely not.
5 is pretty good.
Um, and the guy basically he didn't basically say, like, he literally said, like, we understand, we want to help you guys, but we are a business and we need to make money.
Mm-hmm.
So if our relationship turns out to be monetarily prosperous, like, we will straight up buy setups so you guys don't have to bring yours. And I was like, God damn.
That's wild.
I was like, that is appreciated but probably unneeded. But
Yeah, probably not necessary.
but let it be known that it is appreciated. The thought counts. And
Yeah,
that is really, really great to hear, that the people running the venue, plus they got a bunch of retro games too. So
that's
I'm
cool.
I'm really excited about that. Um, that's kind of the biggest thing. The next biggest thing is that our melee weeklies that happen on Wednesdays at Amazing Discoveries over by the university area. They're
Classic, amazing discoveries.
Yep. They're now running ultimate side tournaments, like a concurrent bracket with ultimate that a lot of people have been going to, which is
Nice.
nice.
I actually heard something about Tucson.
Yeah.
I heard that a certain person made a return and won a tournament.
Yeah. That was at the Sunday monthly thing. Cobra Arcade um hosts monthly tournaments on Sundays.
Uh huh.
It's kind of an inconvenient tournament because it's a Sunday night at 9 p.m. and they usually go to 2 a.m. and it's a bar and it's downtown. So, but they did get good numbers. They got 48 people, and it's a different crowd. It's not really like smashers. It's just kind of like people going out to have a good time. But it is a paid bracket, and a Mister Christopher Burt,
GG7, baby.
GG7, as it warms
Get
my heart
grabbed
to say,
7.
as it warms my heart to say, Chris came back, won the tournament over Austin and JMH, who
That's
was
nice.
a Lucas player in Smash 4, I think. I don't know what character he plays now, but he won that tournament, and then he went to the one today. I don't know how he did. I didn't get to check out the bracket, but I guess a highlight of today is that Joseph 2-0'd Silver and Silly Kyle. So like,
Joseph did?
yeah,
That's crazy.
I've been working with him on like how to like not necessarily be better, but how to. I've been teaching him how to like train and think about the game in a way that will promote growth.
That's
Because
cool.
once you learn your combos, it's entirely like mind by then.
Yeah.
Like there's only so far execution can take you. But the next big event that I actually just announced, I think like yesterday, is that we are also having Monday tournaments. We're
Oh,
starting on Monday weekly
cool.
at Amazing Discoveries at our previously usual like 5 p.m. So next week will be the first one for that, but I'm really excited because a lot of people that like don't can't really make it out to the northwest side for the weekend can kind of have two tournaments around the university area that if they want to go earlier in the week or kind of midweek. I'm interested to see how that turns out because we've been away from AD for a while. So I'm gonna see how it
Yeah. I mean, AD I always thought was a decent venue. It's just like there were, I guess, frustrations.
yeah, AD is honestly like our best venue, but they are primarily a card game and board game shop,
Yeah.
and Saturdays are a busy day for them. So it just got harder and harder for them to kind of accommodate our numbers.
I feel like Saturdays aren't great for weekly tournaments, but you know.
I mean, Tucson's for the demographic of Tucson scene, Saturdays are the best because
Okay.
almost all of us are students or young people with weekends off,
Okay.
and we're not really 9 to 5ers.
Yeah, I'm 9 to 5 down my entire brain, dude.
Yeah,
You already know. But that's cool. Tournaments on the up and up. Hopefully, this results in more people figuring out about the scene and doesn't just result in a bunch of tournaments that nobody goes to, and which people get burnt out on. So
yeah, that's
fingers crossed.
that's the main thing. I mean, at least for now, I think the game hype will kind of alleviate player burnout. But there
Yeah,
are some people who are just like playing it a lot.
yeah. There's some people that go to whichever tournament is available, and a lot of the times they get frustrated, and sometimes they say things or make noises that are not appropriate.
Yeah, but that's just the way it is in a competitive scene.
Yeah, sometimes you should probably take a break.
Hmm. So I don't really have anything else that I want to talk about tonight.
Yeah, I mean,
We kind of covered a lot.
yeah, we did kind of go over just kind of basically everything that I feel was really relevant at the moment. You know, I still don't know which direction I want to take this in, whether I want this to be more serious recap or just kind of riff on whatever's going on.
Yeah, I mean,
We'll,
we can talk about like certain tournaments, um, at least like monthlies or something like that.
yeah, I mean, we can go over some local stuff
Because
for sure.
we have a couple people that are returning that I'm interested
Yeah,
to see how they do.
Ultimate is definitely the tournament that gets all the you know old folks coming crawling out of the woodwork.
I know we got.
You
I don't know if Shane would be considered back, but
got he sometimes shows up.
yeah, Shane sometimes shows up. K9's been on the grind. Shredder's been on the grind.
Psyche has been to a
Psyche's
few
come back.
things. Silly Kyle in Tucson.
Silly Kyle in Tucson.
Now
GG7.
is GG7 actually back, or is he going back to China again soon?
I have no idea. I have yet to talk to him at all because he's gone to events where I'm working.
Ah,
But hopefully on Saturday I will see him, or on the next
yeah.
Monday, on the next Monday tournament I will see him.
Try to find out if he's just like back. That's hype.
Yeah, I mean, on one hand, I'd be kind of sad that teaching music in China kind of didn't work out, or maybe that
Didn't work out.
he just didn't like it as much as he thought he would, or maybe his visa expired.
Maybe, yeah,
But I'll check that out with him. Other than that,
yeah. Well, that's cool. A lot of people coming back. That's definitely a thing that's been happening.
I mean,
I'm very
I'm down
excited
with
about
that.
that. Yeah, it's really cool to kind of see like how the old school people stack up against the people that have just been grinding the whole time, right?
Yeah, I haven't seen Air Vault come back, but
Well, I mean,
has he been
he
to a couple things in
lives
Vegas?
he lives in an inconvenient place.
Yeah,
He lives in Kingman, Arizona.
closer to Vegas than Tucson.
I mean, closer to Vegas than like anywhere else in Arizona. Basically,
Basically,
it's regrettable.
very.
Yeah,
So for those for those two of you left in chat,
yeah,
do you guys have any
yeah.
questions or
Is there anything else? Anything? We
that you
should
might
probably
want us
have
to talk
somebody
about?
else. We should probably have somebody else on like next time we do this.
Yeah, just like bring them in halfway and be like, "Hey."
Halfway.
I
I
mean, like
think we could.
we talk about stuff.
Yeah, I guess
We can
we
kind of
could
be like
do like
recap and
a.
shit.
Oh yeah, we could do that. Yeah,
Well,
I think we might be done here.
I think we're done at this point. We're just rambling.
Yeah, I mean, I put miscellaneous topics in here on my list as on the off chance that we just had something we were itching to talk about. But I think we
Yeah,
really kind of like talked it out as much as we could.
we definitely did. I haven't really had any like ridiculous food that I want to talk with you about, because
Actually,
that's something we talk about.
I gotta take you to Cho's Kitchen in Chandler next time you're up
Oh, Chandler,
because
we're going to a nice place.
it's a place where the Chinese people eat. And
I
I
mean,
went
that's
there
a
with
sign of a good establishment if people of that culture eat there.
yeah. I went there with like Wolfen, Jumbo Jack, Torch,
Hmm.
a few other people, and we had some good food there. Had some cumin lamb. Ooh,
Human lamb.
yeah. It's like thinly sliced lamb that is stir fried and just absolutely coated with like crushed cumin and other spices.
Dang, sounds
Like
good.
it's very good.
Yeah, I'll have to
And I
take you
hope
to an Indian restaurant in Tucson
oh,
because we got a
I'd
couple good
like
ones.
I'd like to try. I'd like to get more into Indian food. I haven't. I've been on very surface level with Indian food.
Yeah, there's actually one pretty close to the new venue,
Oh, okay,
so we can swing by there for like a lunch or a dinner. I don't know what their hours are, but I'll check it out.
cool. I'm down to do that. But yeah, we're gonna cut the feet.
We're gonna cut the feed. Go to my ending slide.
Good night.
I have an ending slide.
Oh, do you
It's
have an
it's
ending slide?
it's official. Thanks
You're
for
fancy.
thanks for watching, guys.
Good.
We'll try to do this next week. Try
We'll
to make it a
see what
weekly
we
thing.
actually want to do. See
Yeah.
what you get some direction in our lives.
Get a better name.
Yeah, get a name.
An actual name.
Yeah.
All right. Have a good night, everyone.